Welcome to the Professor DW podcast, week 2. I'm Tony Davila, going to take you through last week's games and this week's picks for Professor DW. This week, week 1 of the season, we saw a close race at the top. Trent Twomley got started very, very hot. His only miss on Sunday was New England over Las Vegas. Vegas ended up with the win there, so started out really good. The other one that he chose was the Bills. Bills' late comeback really helped him out. It was between Trent and Carrie Ann Sullivan. Carrie Ann, on the other hand, had a strong Sunday, missing Miami. She picked Miami over Indianapolis. You know the results of that. Indy looked really good. And she chose Detroit over Green Bay. Green Bay got the win there. So kind of in a hole to start out with. However, Carrie Ann chose Minnesota over Chicago, while Trent chose Chicago. Monday night, Minnesota comes back from deep and gets the win. Carrie Ann ties Trent, so that brings in our new tiebreaker. Field goal yards made is what the tiebreaker is. So she chose to go a little bit higher. 1,200 is what Carrie Ann chose. Trent went a little conservative at 587. The actual number, 2446. So with that, the Price is Right rules come into effect. Nobody went over, so Carrie Ann gets the tiebreaker win and our number 1 spot in week 1. Trent doesn't have to worry though, because he is also in the postseason tournament now. Top 2 finishers every week get into the postseason tournament. What is on the line for the postseason tournament? That is our ticket bonanza. 2 tickets to the Mariners, Seahawks, Storm, Kraken, Sounders, Emerald Downs, and the Tacoma Rainiers. All of that is up for grabs in the postseason tournament. The other thing is, make sure you keep on entering, because the more you win, if you're Carrie Ann or Trent, that keeps other people from getting into the tournament and ups your odds big time. That's what those 2 did. What did the Professor do? Professor didn't do too bad. The Professor ended up with 12 out of 16. Good showing for the Professor. If you're not new to the Professor DW tournament, hasn't had a lot of success, but 12 wins is pretty good. His 4 misses were Atlanta, New England, the Jets, and Houston. All of them disappointed the Professor. The deadline for week 2, which is up now. It's all filled out. So go to elisportsnetwork.com, click on the Professor DW tab, and that will take you to the entry form. All of that is updated. The deadline is Thursday at 4 p.m., just before the Thursday night game starts. That is the deadline, not noon like we said in the first one. So that's something to check out there. All of that being said, let's get into week 2's picks. Professor sent us the email, so now here are his picks. On Thursday, he is taking Green Bay over Washington. On Sunday, Cincy over Jacksonville, the Cowboys beating the Giants in Dallas, the Lions taking down the Bears, the Rams winning it in Tennessee, Miami getting the win at home over New England, kind of righting the ship for the Dolphins as well. He's got an injured 49ers team beating the New Orleans Saints, Buffalo getting a win over the Jets, the Steelers beating the Seahawks. Washington fans, calm down. Or Seattle fans, calm down. Ravens getting the win over the Browns in an AFC North showdown. He has the Broncos beating Danny Dimes and those upcomers in the Indianapolis Colts. Arizona beating Carolina, and last year's Super Bowl rematch of Philly and Kansas City. The Professor taking Philly. He thinks they're going to win it again. In the other game, it is Atlanta taking down Minnesota. Minnesota got a last-minute comeback. Atlanta missed a tying field goal. So the professor thinks Atlanta is going to come out strong and get the win there. There are 2 Monday night games this week. The early game is going to be Tampa Bay and Houston, and the professor chose Tampa Bay to win in that one. The night game is going to be the Chargers taking on Vegas in Vegas, and he's got the Chargers taking down the Raiders on the second Monday night game. Those are Professor DW's picks. We'll be back with the podcast next week, see what happens in week 2 and what the professor picks for week 3. Hope you join us.